You hear me good, right?
Yeah.
All right. So he's getting everything set up, man. Um, I gotta give you your introduction, but I do want to thank you for coming through and chopping it up with your boy.
You already know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm just getting everything set up here. So we're recording. So if you want to say what's up to people, you can. But we're about to come at you with the exclusive interview of my man, Publik of Ces Cru.
And F.E.D.S Mag.
And F.E.D.S Mag. We about to we about to get you with this one. We about to get you with this one. Man.
All right.
You know what? All right. So, yeah, this is the Bar Zone with your boy I King, and I want to welcome y'all to another episode of what we do, man. Normally you'll see me on air, you see me on the video show. So yeah, so right now what we do in the Bar Zone, we get more intimate with people, man, and people that's doing their thing. So I got my man. I gotta give you your introduction, man. I got my man. My man right here did he already did the DJing in the clubs as Sub-Zero. Y'all may know him as DJ Sub-Zero. He done did internship and worked at a lot of radio stations in New York. We're gonna name no names. And he is a spearhead of a whole movement. You've seen his logo. You'll know you've seen his logo. The world with the baby in the middle of it. He produces. The man done dropped over 15 mixtapes in 1 year. He give life to projects and movements. He been all over the country. He been in states that niggas don't even go to. We talking about the man behind the konglamourit. Yes, the original konglamourit. The man of Ces Cru. The man who brought F.E.D.S magazine to New York City on the showcase level and smashed it. We're talking about my man Publik, OLG, Gangsters Don't Pump Gums. Yeah, we got Publik in the building, yo.
What up?
Yo, what's going on, man?
Ain't shit, a lot of work, still moving. You already know. You know what I mean? Got shit lined up like shows and you know what I'm saying, other things, you know, open mics for other artists if they interested. But what's up though, bro?
Ain't nothing much. Ain't nothing much. And it's funny because we have history, man. We have a history. Go way back. But we're gonna start off with One Life Game. Or do you want to go as back as Sub-Zero? How far back you want to go, man?
Yeah, we could go to Sub-Zero briefly, you know what I mean? I used to DJ, used to do parties with Lala from MTV. She used to be hosting and shit. I used to open for DJ, for Back to Flex, Mr. Steve down in Steve, you know what I'm saying, Palladium, you know, various rooms, American Park Cafe, you know what I mean? I done did that life, you know what I'm saying, as a DJ, stepped away from that, started engineering, producing. Then after, you know, engineering, producing, hearing all these whack-ass rappers with this cornball rap, you know what I mean? I started picking up a mic, and that's what led to the konglamourit. You know what I mean? Where I stand today.
Word up. Now, the whole thing is now you were from DJing to producing, which is normal. A lot of producers do that. You know, a lot of DJs they go to producing because you know you're around the music and the records. And I never seen you spend a day in my life, really. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I seen the footage, you know, of you doing it. I'm like, wow, you really DJ. Like you got the crates and all that shit. Like you really on your DJ game. Now,
I had it down pat. That's why, you know, CD DJs, I kind of frowned upon them, but you know, they do anything with the technology that they got now. You get what I'm saying? But I respect the vinyl DJ more than anything. It's a little bit more harder, in my opinion.
And you was on those vinyls, man. You was on those vinyls, and then you went to the producing, and then you went to the lyricism. Now, I would say you're one of the few DJs that actually made the transition to lyricism, and it was a good transition. Like you're not corny. You're not a corny artist. Whereas, you know, a lot of DJs, they get lost in the transition because I don't know. I don't even know how that even happens. Whereas you see a lot of artists could go to DJing quicker than a DJ go to an artist. So how was that transition for you?
No. It was pretty smooth because I mean, I always been around music and shit like that, and like at the time when I was a DJ, like I actually like was in Kansas City at a period of my time, and like I had a whole clique of MCs around me. You know what I mean? I was always, you know what I'm saying, around that element, period. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying, doing music or whatever, you know how to keep the timing. You know what I'm saying? You know how flows go. There's but so many flows. There's about 5, 6 different flows, you get what I'm saying, that people could pick up and levitate to. You know what I mean? Like, but what it is that I think it was just an easy transition because I'm just musically inclined, like all the way around. My whole family does music. My mother's an opera singer. My sister's actually a traveling solo artist right now, you know what I'm saying, playing the guitar and singing and shit. So it's just in my blood, 100.
Yeah, definitely it is. It is. And for you to make that jump, I mean, it's rare, man, because I haven't heard of a lot of DJs who really could. I only know a few who could really pick up a mic and then go in on the mic as well. So that, I mean, that's also rare. Now also when it comes to the production. Now the production, now that's what you spearheaded One Life Game off the production, or was that the engineering?
Oh no, that was more like production or whatever the case would be. But One Life Game was always meant to be a hub for like me to do my music on any type of level, maybe MCing, or doing just studio engineering and producing for people. You know what I'm saying? Because like when I was DJing, it was just straight up Sub-Zero. You know what I mean? I'm gonna throw it out there too. Like, you know what I mean? Somebody took my name in New York City, you know what I mean, with the Sub-Zero shit, but I never really cared because I was already switching jobs. You get what I'm saying? Like switching my criteria up. So he could have that Sub-Zero name, but he turned it into some porno shit. But you know, that was some other shit. You know what I mean? But that's light. But other than that, yeah, I just think focus on what I do, and that's that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Big ups to DJ Sub-Zero, man.
Yeah, definitely. I can take that shit to the next level, you heard? Like, he's one of Harlem's finest, you know what I mean? Like 100.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So and that's crazy because the way you did One Life Game and the imagery. Now you always was a mastermind when it came to the imagery. Like your imagery always been, as far as I know you, your imagery always been up to par. Now, like, what do you get your knack for that detail for? Because even the One Life Game logo is crazy.
Yeah, it's just about like seeing images and putting them together, man. That's all it ever been about for me. I mean, you know how Kanye West got that ear for the beat. He doesn't really be making beats. He just has an ear for good music, and he just puts it together. Because you know, everybody knows that nigga ain't really like putting shit together. He be sampling this shit. You know what I mean? He admitted it on one of his songs. I'm just going into this. He admitted it in one of his songs. If you listen closely to music, that all he do is take nigga shit and just put it together. Even when he said he took Dre drums. But off that note, yeah, I just have a good ear, good vision, you know what I'm saying? Good eyes for shit, you know what I'm saying? Rather, I would say. And then I just put it together and then it looks good, you know what I mean? That's all.
No, definitely. Now your production, your production awareness is crazy too, because being that as One Life Game, you spearheaded your production off of the words One Life Game, and you went crazy with the whole video game and the whole sound aspect of it with the effects and everything which you're producing. Now, you were the first one I heard to really go in with the games. Like you flipped the Carvey Warriors, you done flipped. I know you done flipped Mario, brother.
Carvey Warriors was crazy, bro.
and I even seen you actually, which I think is magnificent. You actually flipped like movies. Whereas you watch a movie like a kung fu flick, and you knew how to take a part here, a part there. So like that air is crazy. That air is crazy. Now, how long did it take you to even get to that level?
No, it took me a little while, you know what I mean? I just got an MPC, you know what I'm saying, XL 2000 and ran with it pretty much, you know what I mean? Like, all I needed was a couple of niggas from my block to show me 1, 2, 3, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much, it was that, you know what I mean? And that's it. You know, of course, I got to give a shout out to my man, Jimmy, you know what I'm saying, Foreign Fresh, you know what I'm saying? He's the one that really pushed me when I was in the project, you know, way back when, way back when, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't really fucking with the MPC. He was just sitting in my room. Nigga came to my house and was like, nigga, you better fuck with this shit. You know what I mean? So I big ups to that nigga, you know what I'm saying? Because I really wasn't like going to press it, but yeah, but eventually I would have, you know what I mean? I bought all the fucking equipment, you know what I mean? But yeah, the air is there only because, you know what I'm saying, my pops, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, my pops, my moms, everybody that was around me was definitely into music, and I always had that ear for shit that just sounds good, period. You know what I mean? Over the whack shit.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. Now, speaking of the projects, now you're from the motherland of hip hop, the cradle of civilization of hip hop. You're from the BX.
Yeah, BX too. I live exactly like about 4 blocks from Cedar. You know what I'm saying? From Cedar Park. You know what I'm saying? Like Cedric, all that shit. So like, I'm from the birthplace 100, like within centimeters.
So now, do you have any? Trust me, like I know we just sat down, we spoke about this, and it's funny because me being a Queens cat, and me and you just end up linking. And Queens cats and Bronx cats for some reason always end up linking and doing work together. You know what I'm saying? Especially after the whole bridge is over and MC Shan and Chris. But what's some of the stories that you know from way back coming up in the Bronx, being there in that era, especially where hip hop began at? Not saying you was there when hip hop began, that was before our time, but just being in that location.
Oh no. It's just me personally. Like what I see is that, yo, to tell you the truth, man, like hip hop has just been in the wrong direction from my viewpoint. You know what I mean? Like what's going on right now, and even in the past, like I just seen it turning into more of a commercial thing, not a knowledge dropper. You get what I'm saying? Like in mainstream. So like I really tuned out what hip hop is doing now. I try to stay to the underground. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where you hear real niggas spitting real shit, point blank. You know what I'm saying? Even though we got cats like, you know, Kendrick Lamar trying to touch up on social issues. You get what I'm saying? And J. Cole, which is beautiful. You get what I'm saying? But that shit needs to be broad-banded instead of all this motherfucking Papa Molly, shake your ass and kill yourself music. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't see no gratification in this shit. Like, what the fuck is people partying about? You know what I mean? But this is hip-hop, you know what I mean? This is a baby that I seen growing up. You know what I mean? Me banging on the walls. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit.
Yeah.
But, yo, shit is just all wrong right now with these. I don't want to say, but yeah, these Jews, what they doing?
I don't want to say it, but yeah.
And I'm giving niggas facts. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So you saw the commercialization. Matter of fact, when you was DJing, going back to Sub-Zero days, then you say that's when you really start seeing the commercialization starting of hip hop and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen that shit happening right in front of my face. That's why I stopped DJing personally. You know what I'm saying? That's why I sold all my crates of records, only kept like 2 crates out of 40. You know what I mean? But what it is that I really seen hip hop turn into just some washed up shit that, you know what I'm saying? Like they letting any motherfucker they could just butt fuck get on the mic. You know what I mean? In control. So like that's what I'm seeing right now because like people like Dead Prez. Like, shit like that needs to be more prevalent, like groups like that. You get what I'm saying? But I remember when them niggas got blackballed by Loud Records. You get what I'm saying? Not even Loud. I think it was Sony that did this shit because I know Loud had Lighty in there. And Lighty, you know what I'm saying? Lighty signed them niggas. You get what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
But what it is, you know what I'm saying? Hip hop is just being done all wrong. And it's just the people pushing, you know what I'm saying? The people that's writing them checks, man. They know what they doing, man. They want to keep motherfucking stupid and dumb, but I'm glad there's this new age right now that, you know what I'm saying, like artists could actually, you know what I'm saying, we don't need no labels. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just need to get out there and start collecting humans and get their movement going and see what happens. That's all it is, instead of selling out and becoming a new dress wearer.
Well, we're going to get into that. We're gonna get into that. the new dress wearer, the polka dots, you know. And we're gonna get into that because that's how far the commercialization of hip hop actually went to where it is now with the dresses and the bumpers. I guess they call them the bumpers or rompers or whatever they call them. That and but see, but that's the side that you always came from. I mean, as far as I know, you always came from the political, social, social awareness side of it. And I remember you told me you was like, "Yo, King, I like that's why I don't DJ. I can't be in the clubs and I can't play this music." It got to the point where while you was DJing, like it started to irk your nerves to even play the music. And that's saying something deep right there. That's saying something real deep. Now, of course, that went into your realm because I noticed from what you was penning, you stayed going against the machine, One Life Game, even with the logo, was going against the machine. And then with that, we be bumping to the conglomerate, man. And the conglomerate was like the beginning of a lot of other things. Now, I met you through who that? AP, right? It was AP.
Yeah, exactly.
AP the body. Big ups to AP. Now I got put on to you through AP because I just needed studio time. He's like, yo, I got this engineer, his name is Publik, and now and this was the crazy thing because when I came through, we chopped it up, and I was like, all right, whatever. I was like, we chopped it up over the phone real quick, but it was like, you talking quick, I'm talking quick. And it was like, all right, this is all business, man. I just want to lay down some tracks or whatever. And then when we got there, and I'm vibing with you, and we talking, and I noticed like, yo, damn, like I know this nigga forever. Like that shit was crazy. But I remember the first song we did, cause you let me hear a lot of shit you was doing. Cause mind you, remember, I jumped on a lot of your shit. Like that stuff wasn't just wasn't like just us coming together. This was a project that you was working on. You was like, yo, well, I got this and I wrote this. Yo, can you get on that? Can you get on this? And then we came up with that joint, New York, the birthplace.
Yeah.
And I remember when I said my first verse, you said, all right, that shit was all right. And I was like, this motherfucker, man. Like, I'm on my shit, like, I'm nice. Like, yo, I'm nice, nigga. I'm like, well, I'm hot. And you're like, all right, okay. All right. So let's go to your ad-libs. So then I did the ad-libs, and you was like, yo, B, I didn't know you was one of those, you a James Brown, nigga? I remember that shit. And I was like, yo, this nigga. And I was like, I don't like this nigga, man. I was like, yo, I ain't fucking with this nigga. But then we started like really vibing and like, yo, you became my dude, man. Like my bro, like my brother. And it's crazy how how beginnings normally start like that. You be like, you testing waters and stuff like that. And
you see how a nigga is, yeah, exactly, yo.
Yeah, and the vibe. And then you put me on that. Now, mind you, when I came to you, I wasn't even on that level of social consciousness and that wasn't my level. I was just a lyricist that's coming to do work and just lay lyrics over a track. I really wasn't into the message too tough. But you made me go the whole message route, like, yo, well, this is what we're rhyming about. So, yo, you want to get down, you got to rhyme about this. And that actually made my pen better. My pen actually got better because of that, because you challenged me. But we, at that point, me and you just started running and putting shit together. Now, you saw the talent. Now, how many other artists did you, because I seen you do it, but how many other artists were you able to reach where you had them, you brought that out of them? How many?
It was not even like me reaching for anybody else, because this is a wave like that I'm trying to push. Like people, they'll gravitate to the waves. You know what I mean? Like, and what it is, I seen that in you 100, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and it's very rare I see people that's on it and willing to really preach it. You get what I'm saying? And that's all it is, to tell you the truth, because everybody's just trying to make it sell these days when it shouldn't be about making it sell. Because, you know what I mean? Like, that shit come and go. You know what I mean? It's all about me. You know what I always been telling you. It's all about content, and what people will gravitate to is content. And if you want longevity fans, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the best way to go, is stay with content instead of all the bubblegum shit. You know what I mean? So, like, I never really, tell you the truth, I never reached out to nobody else. You know what I'm saying? It's always been clean cut. I'm recording a nigga, or we doing business. You know what I'm saying? Like, with you, it was more like a mutual bond, bro. And, like, it's something that's about to resurface again. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And pretty much that's it. You know what I mean? With the whole, you know what I'm saying? With the whole, you know what I'm saying? Like, recording people and trying to mix and match with different artists and shit like that. And I ain't never been on it again. It's konglamourit all day and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else, I'm just recording you. I might say something, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to let people work how they want to work. Because everybody got their own agendas anyway, you dig?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And you didn't do a lot of features. Like, you really stayed and you spearheaded the whole movement. Like, I want to go like deep into the konglamourit, because you actually you were the Dr. Dre behind the konglamourit. And it was me, you, Sinister. Big ups to Mr. Sinister, the original konglamourit. And you were actually like, you were the Dr. Dre of it. Like, you were like, yo, here, we gotta rhyme over this, and we're gonna say this. And yo, I need you to, like, you were so orchestrative of that. Now, and that, I mean, that is just phenomenal talent, man, because the way you've seen it. But then you also was carrying that through other acts and other avenues, as far as your engineering and stuff like that, to the point whereas I know you was only engineering people really that had something to say. How did you get to the point where you became so good to pick and choose who you would even engineer? Like that's just phenomenal.
Nah, because like ever since I started working for like, you know, a real, you know what I'm saying, company or whatever you want to call it, you know, it's like it's that running around with shit, but like ever since I started working for F.E.D.S Mag, it's been more of like, you know what I'm saying, I pick and choose who I want to work with, because I noticed something like, you know what I'm saying, it's all a branding game out here, you know what I'm saying, and people fuck with who they want to fuck with because of the brands, you know what I mean? So I just sat back. I used to just watch niggas, you know what I mean, see who want to fuck with me or not, you know what I mean? And I just pick and choose like that, because I already know when I step in the building, I'm coming in as a representative of different entities that people might want to fuck with, get an ad placement and shit like that in the mag or whatever the case may be. So I used to just sit back, you know what I mean, and just chill, bro, let it come to me. Like, even this dude that I'm working with right now, Phil Flames, dope artist, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely trying to help him push his career. He does different variations of music. He does conscious. He does party music. My nigga, he does breakfast music, my nigga.
What the fuck is breakfast music?
Nah, he got a song about eating breakfast. It's going around right now, like promoting that shit everywhere, and it's dope. You know what I'm saying? Something different. You get what I'm saying? Just something that, you know what I mean, somebody might catch their ear, you know what I mean? And sign a nigga, like, yo, that's different, you know what I mean?
Now,
but other than that, you know what I mean, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm actually, I got an open mic. I'm trying to huddle in artists through there to try to help them up in Brooklyn, you know what I mean? And all I'm doing is I'm pushing my movement now. And as I go along, yeah, I'm going to be picking up artists, but they got to be about that mental thought, you dig?
And you know what? Public? And I'm being honest, from what I've seen, and mind you, we're going back we spanning over double digits in years, man. And you always been like, you haven't changed. Like, you always been on that frame of thought, and you always been a spearhead. Like, you are a catalyst. You make it move. You're making it now. You like even with the konglamourit, you made sure that the konglamourit had 10 mixtapes. You said you were preaching content from even back then. We just need content. We just need content.
Yeah, we got all that artillery that's about to drop, son.
Yeah, and then you was like, yo, once I'm with this content, it's a go. We need this. We need that. And now you took that and you just took that ball and ran with it. Then you was doing your own, you know, I remember you was doing your own showcases, and you started showcasing after we done toured the showcase, like we tore up the underground showcase to the point where it was like, yo, this is crazy. And you started your own, but then you did rock with the F.E.D.S mag. Now, give a little background on how F.E.D.S magazine, how that fell into your lap.
Oh, pretty much. Nah, the way this shit fell in my lap, F.E.D.S mag, pretty much is that shit is from my block area. You get what I'm saying? And I actually know the owner's cousin, whatever the case may be. And the owner, he's chilling. You get what I'm saying? He made his meals, he made his bread, whatever. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And pretty much what he did was he appointed me and his cousin to basically, help him run it. You know what I'm saying? With the articles, I was the one soliciting for writers. You get what I'm saying? I was making sure all the write-ups was done. You know what I'm saying? For the criminal section and the celebrity section. I was doing this for like 5 years, and I damn sure learned a lot. You get what I'm saying about the magazine game and all that shit. You know what I mean? But that shit just fell in my lap with love. You know what I'm saying? People knew I'm just a hard worker, bro. Like, niggas know I don't half step. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on some argumentative shit. I'm a good worker. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's
you
all
are.
it is. I just get the job done at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So that's why, you know what I mean? F.E.D.S just fell in my lap, and I was working it for 7 years. But, now I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm just still soliciting for F.E.D.S, just doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, if people want write-ups in there, I can make that happen. You get what I'm saying? But like right now, it's all about the konglamourit, Ces Cru, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just pushing my music now. I plan on hitting every city with this shit. You get what I'm saying? As much as I can. Northern region is first. You get what I'm saying? But if I get over the other side in time, you know what I mean? That'll happen. But but the F.E.D.S shit, that shit just fell in my lap with love because it was all fam, and I just knew the right people. That's how a lot of shit happens for people, man. Like, a lot of niggas be wondering, like, how that nigga got a record deal. It'd be their family member, it'd be their best friend, it'd be somebody that knows them. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is at the end of the day. So, key thing is network, ladies and gentlemen, network.
Definitely. Now, Ces Cru. Now, you was rocking with Ces Cru before the konglamourit, right?
Yeah, facts. Yeah, that was my preemie days. You know what I'm saying? When I first started DJing, and you know what I mean. My mother allowed me to move to Kansas City in the Midwest. You know what I'm saying?
Kansas City, like I said, I didn't even know they even had niggas in Kansas, like Kansas City, son. Like, what the fuck you doing in Kansas City? Yeah, KC Mo. And the whole thing is, now you was rocking with Ces Cru before the konglamourit, and as a matter of fact, a lot of the songs that I remember you made before the konglamourit, you was doing a lot of you was bringing up a lot of the Ces Cru members, and you was like really bigging up that whole brand over there.
Yeah, facts. Cause I knew them niggas would get signed eventually one day. They just had to stay in the pocket. Shit, they went motherfucking 16 to 17 years strong before, you know what I'm saying, the puppies of our group got signed by Tech Nine. You know what I'm saying? Tech Nine, if y'all don't know him, he's the #1 independent record label in the Midwest. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Google it, Google Ces Cru, look him up. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, he signed out puppies. You get what I'm saying? So like, I was blessed to hear that. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm doing is helping to promote them, promoting everybody's situation that I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Along with pushing mine. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yo, definitely. Now, Ces Cru, and you say they've been pushing hard, and they got picked up by Tech Nine, and Tech Nine is and you know Tech Nine is I always say he's underrated. Like, he don't get the props he deserves, and he's done a lot in hip hop, and he's behind a lot of people. As a matter of fact, he's behind the people. He's behind a lot of people who are famous right now, who people wouldn't even think is connected to Tech Nine.
Yeah, like Kendrick Lamar is connected to Tech Nine on the low. Niggas don't know about that shit. Niggas actually sold Kendrick to like, it was that Top Dog, you know what I'm saying, entertainment, whatever. But basically, they sold through the grapevine. They sold Kendrick Lamar to Dre. And my man told me about that shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's a lot of dope ass MCs in the Midwest, and you know what I'm saying, going out towards the West Coast and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they get picked up like that. Yeah. So. And that's crazy.
And now, you know, Ces Cru, they ballooned up as well. So they doing their thing. Big ups to the Ces Cru. And you're part of that movement too. And it's funny how everything, and you're still in the same spot as far as with the consciousness, with the social awareness, and directing, because your direction, I mean, you could direct You could direct a plane into a mountain without making it crash. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. But I do have to touch on it. Ces Cru originally, that's what it means. Ces is conscious elements of self-consciousness. You get what I'm saying? So
Okay.
It's always been like, you know what I'm saying? Like even when we was bonded together, Ces Cru, we blew a lot of motherfucking trees. And that's why we bonded together with smoking bud. But we always, you know what I'm saying, had, you know what I'm saying, conversations about society. You know what I mean? So it's always been about that for us, you know what I mean, as a group. But we just been together, a bunch of kids, you know what I'm saying, doing music, motherfucking in the suburbs, and in the motherfucking gutters of the city of Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we was just doing our thing.
Definitely. I mean, and y'all still, I mean, y'all still climbing, man. Now, the whole thing with now you're on tour right now, right? Isn't the only thing on tour something like that? Or?
No. Ces Cru is always on tour. That motherfuckers like Strange Music, they always on tour. You get what I'm saying? So, but what it is that I'm starting my own, you know what I'm saying, independent tour in terms of just getting out there. You know what I mean? Doing open mics, doing all these little showcases and shit.
Uh-huh.
So I can say hello to all these tight jean MCs. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to change this agenda and what niggas is doing, popping pills and drinking lean and all this other dumb shit. But I'm launching the Ces Cru campaign on the East Coast. You get what I'm saying? So, and it's all under me, you dig?
Definitely. Now I remember we did doing a show, and this is crazy. We doing a show. I think it was Staten Island. I never forget Staten Island, and that's when we was on our mixtape game, and we was like, yo. After we performed, we were trying to give them shits out free, and niggas was like, no, we must buy them from you. And I was like, yo.
That was love, though, but that was my truth, but bro, on some real shit, that was my truth. I opened up like, all right, we got something here, you dig?
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, time the fuck out. These niggas just fucking, these niggas throwing money at it. And then it's like, and I'm like, I don't want your money.
That's why I got a duffel bag of CDs right now, like 2 duffels right now, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be handing out shit for free too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm back to that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
You know, the CDs is obsolete now, so like I'm trying to switch it up. I'm about to just have flyers though after this 2 duffels of CDs.
Now
everything is online.
But I want to bring that up too, because you also were one of the first ones to really like I don't want to say rape the online game, but you was like one of the first ones that was up on that online distribution and online social media. You was like one of the first. Like you was damn sure doing it with MySpace, even when MySpace was out. Like
facts. But you know, we was doing it, but we could have fine-tuned it a little bit more better, you know what I mean? Due to my knowledge, you know what I'm saying, working for blackplanet.com for like 7 years, you get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So like we could have utilized it a little bit more better, but that wasn't our time. Our time is now. You get what I'm saying?
Our time is now.
Right now, you think? So like all that shit is due knowledge. You get what I'm saying? That's just about to manifest even larger.
Yeah, because like you were the first spammer, dog. Like you was like, yo, this man Publik right here. Publik used to be on every single website. Every single website. I mean, I remember because you got me onto that. Whereas it's like, yo, you gotta go and just hit up every website B and just promote. Every website B, promote. Every website to the point whereas we were just flooding websites. We wasn't even active on the websites. You were just on the website and just throw something up there. And like you were really the first one. I see a lot of people do it now, and they be like, "Oh, this nigga spamming. He's trolling." Not as they're trolling, but you was like one of the first ones I know to really do that. And we talking the MySpace days, and even you said Black Planet, even going back then. And you was like, "Yo, this is where it's gonna go." But you was always, like I said, you was always ahead of your time. So of course, we didn't see. We were like, "Oh, this nigga just smoking. What this nigga talking about?" But you were like, "Yo, this shit's going in."
I actually appointed a nigga to sit down while we was making beats at my man Sinister's crib. That nigga was adding friends all day, my nigga. Like, that's how whatever they got with it. That's what you need, though, bro. Like, all that shit is what you need. But now they got shit that you can pay for, you know what I'm saying? Promotional ads and all that shit. So it just made life a little bit easier. That's why now, all you need is the right imagery, consistent show. You know what I'm saying? Have that payout for that, you know what I'm saying? That easy promo, take up niggas' ad placements here and there online, which I know how to do and all that shit. And shit will grow if it was meant to be, point blank. You know what I mean? So for all you inspiring artists out there that doubt yourself, my nigga, do not lose time in life. Always push what you want to push. You get what I'm saying? Don't sit back, procrastinate, because life goes fast.
It does, especially when you're especially in the industry, man. I mean, it seems like just yesterday it does seem like just yesterday. It feels like just yesterday we was just doing it, man. Like we was just there. And we're talking a span of possibly a decade, man, and it's crazy.
Yup, exactly a decade, bro. But we like I told you, remember, like it was our last show. One of our last shows, I told you we gotta get in the media field, bro, and just really like smash out some media shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why it's like now that I've done all the media shit, my nigga, now it's time to perform because I've been in all the studios. You know what I'm saying? Up and down Manhattan, studios, motherfucking Premiere, Diamond District, and all these niggas know my face now. You dig? So like, it just makes things easier when niggas is accidentally in the crowd when you performing and like, oh, I know that nigga. I seen that nigga before from somewhere, whatever. But that's how conversations happen, and for niggas to get deals, you gotta work every angle and network. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you this media shit is a monster. And if you don't got no type of platform, your own website or nothing like that, you ain't never gonna be able to collect civilians. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I had to do. I had to line up my website. You know what I'm saying? Get my credentials up as a real industry nigga. You get what I'm saying? And that was it. You know what I mean, I'm there now. So like right now, all I'm doing is pushing the wave. It's about this. Stop all this dumb shit that's going on. Baby. You know
Stop all this dumb shit. Stop all this dumb. Now we're gonna get now. You know what? We're gonna get into that because your message and your message has been vulgar at times. I remember standing next to you on stage and you say some shit and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, yo, and I'm looking at you. And if you go back to the footage, you'll see a couple of times King got the what the fuck look on his face. Like, what the fuck? Like, okay, well, I guess if it goes there, we're gonna have to go there tonight. And it's ill because but it was fun, and I think that's another thing too because we was handling business, but we was having so much fun doing that shit. The shit was just fun, and when you walk into a place and you still do, you just command presence, man. Like your presence is like, yo, Publik is here. Oh, there go Publik. There go OLG. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy, but you always sit down, and what I always appreciated and still do appreciate about you is you're always willing to teach. You're always willing to teach. I guess those who want to learn, but you always sit down. I've seen you do it with many artists, and I've seen you do an artist that actually motivated and went that route because of your knowledge, and you're always willing to do that. Now, that's not a hard thing to some people. That's a hard thing to do, but you just do it so freely, and that's why the movement is so heavy and so big because you always like, yo, B, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, and you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And you always say, stop being lazy. Stop being lazy. It's out there. Yo, B, it just takes a couple of moments. Just go ahead and do it. Because if you tell me to do it, then I'm gonna have to cuff you on the pocket. Stop being lazy. So you always promoted that. So give everyone a big like a brief background on the energy that it takes for you to even sit down with these artists and just build with them and to teach them. You know what I'm saying? Like just to give out that knowledge, like the energy to do it.
Oh, no. It's real simple, and it's like one sentence why I do it. Because I grew up in a project where it was a lot of different producers and shit like that. You know what I mean?
What was this before or after you was throwing batteries out the window?
No, this is around the same time. God forbid, thank God nobody got hit. Only coming from the third floor. You know
it's only going from the third floor though.
It's going from the 11th floor. You know what I mean? Well, I would throw pennies from the 11th. But other than that, nah, it was just me. I just noticed that a lot of people don't like sharing knowledge, B. Like, a lot of niggas like harboring shit, like, you know what I'm saying, tricks on the MPC, you know what I'm saying, like different little things with engineering or whatever the case may be, because they want to stay that top dog, not share and evolve others. You get what I'm saying? But, you know, after seeing that, I just realized, you know what I mean, this is why the world is fucked up. You get what I'm saying? Like, everybody's on this me shit. It ain't no each one, teach one shit. You get what I'm saying? So, like, that's all it's about, bro. That's why it's, like, easy for me to try to help people that want to learn or want to progress or want to invest in themselves. But that's the main thing. You got to want to invest in yourself. If you ain't wanting to put up no bread or nothing like that to invest in yourself, I can't fuck with you, B. There ain't nothing out here free. You get what I'm saying? Everything is pay to play. Oh, yeah, and this is off topic. Yo, all you niggas that doing, you know what I'm saying, complaining about paying for a showcase that's like $10, $30, my niggas, yo, shut the fuck up and smoke your blunt, nigga, and stay on the corner, nigga.
Yeah.
But it's easy to shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's nothing. You know what I mean? Like, that's just me being me because I know how fucked up people are in this community from coast to coast on wanting to teach people and helping them expand. That's it.
Yo, that's true. And you know, you always been like, you know, and see, like I said, Publik does get vulgar. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, you scream this shit on at showcases and shit like that on the microphone. And I'm like, yo, Publik. I'm like, yo, Publik. We got a show. We got a song to perform. Yeah, but before we perform the song, I want to let all y'all little niggas know up in here tonight. Like, oh shit. This ain't no monkey music. Y'all niggas with your little monkey music and y'all shit. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm like, oh damn.
Coming on stage foaming at the mouth, remember?
Yeah, man. Yeah. My man was foaming at the mouth.
Yeah, man. I had to write a song about that dude, but yo, it's real. These cats really thinking they living this thug life when it's just a society government program for you to live that life so you can stay in them jail cells.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And now, and speaking of jail cells, I remember actually we went through the bookings together, and we came home that night because we went in together, got released. We're not together, but we got released like one after the other. Then we went and we banged out a whole album.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a mixtape, but I mean, we could have. I always thought we should have released that. That should have been a real album release, I think. And maybe we should revisit that idea.
No. It is. It actually is, bro. Like everything that I'm doing, that I'm about to push, bro. That's what it is. It's those songs that are mostly on it.
Yeah, because that was tough. And that was tough. And we actually banged that out in like a day.
Yeah.
Like a day.
A couple of days. We did like Greedy Game. We did a lot of different songs though, bro. Like, you know, I was definitely home basing it at your crib, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Steak every day in the backyard on the grill, you know what I mean?
Yo, I forgot about that. I forgot about so we was on that grill. Yo.
And it was the winter time, nigga.
Yo, I forgot about that. Like, yeah, we was barbecuing, and you had the trees. We had the back then. I was drinking the old gold. I was getting my old gold from the store. The 40s and shit, son. Like, wow, yeah. And we actually was putting shit together. Like, shit was really getting put together.
Yeah, man, we got personally, bro. Yeah, we definitely got like about 80 songs that we sift through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. But
I just pick the best ones.
Now, as far as the industry, now, as far as industry, now you haven't. Now we all saw the group you love too as well. Now, but you was always on your fucking business, man. Now, how many groupies have ran up on you, man? Because I was always the one that ended up fucking with the groupies for some strange reason. And you always been on your business game.
Nah, I'm still like that, bro. Straight mushing them groupies, my niggas. All they can do is cause problems at the end of the day, bro.
You ain't lying.
They only there for the goods. Even when I was a DJ, my nigga, I used to have my man David Pando tell them bitches, leave me alone, get out of here.
Cause I used to be like, yo, where King at, yo? You know, King is in Manhattan. He's doing a meet and greet, quote, wink, wink. Like, yeah, man. I was like, yo, word. Like, hey, baby. I was all over the place. But the whole thing is, but you always stayed so fucking focused. And I think that also led to a lot of the success of what we were doing as the conglomerate, also with OLG, and then I carried that over with IQ Productions, that whole mind state. Because after a while, it's like, yo, we gotta get on this business. Leave them bitches alone. But I know in the low because I seen chicks was like trying to get at you, and I'm like, yo, this nigga don't know, man, nigga. And you like, nah, B, nah, B.
Yeah, I had wifey anyway at the time, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, that too. But it like right now I'm single, I'm free. I'm definitely throwing that out there, but I'm just like I'm so focused on getting this tour wrapped up. You know what I'm saying? My first show was in Philly actually on the 19th.
Yeah, we're at in Philly though. Let them know.
Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, so he has to go to the calendar, y'all. You know, Publik is really on his Dr. Huxtable scheduler. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta keep it, shit'll fall out of balance. You already know, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's on the 19th at 5816 Old York Road in Philly. So I think that should have smacked that in the hood too.
Right. Yeah, and I'm gonna ask you. Out of all the shit that you've done, and I want to play this favorite game. What was your favorite song that you actually produced? Like production, not that you rhymed on, but what was one of your favorite songs that you produced?
To tell you the truth, I can't say that it's been many. I mean, that we've been on personally both together. You get what I'm saying? Like there's about 5 of them, and that's Greedy Game, Black Boy, Praise. I think it's Praise the Globe.
Praise the Globe, yeah.
Two-Step and Blow the Whistle.
Now you know me and you, we still got beef over Praise the Globe though.
Wow.
You know we still got beef over Praise the Globe because you produced it, and you did your thing on it, and I brought that beat to you, and I was like, yo, I can't grasp it. And you being the genius that you are, you like, yo, you just gotta do it like this. Cause remember, I was trying to fuck with it first, and I'm like,
yeah, I remember.
And I was like, yo, I want to flip this shit. And you was like, nah, B, just go ahead. So you went, said, matter of fact, we was Sinister, and y'all went smoked the L, you laughing at me and shit, and I'm sitting there once again like, fuck this nigga, man. I'm get this shit, fuck this nigga, man. Fuck. Next thing you know, then he was like, yo, you still on that shit, B? You still on that shit, B? I'm like, oh, here we go, man. Yeah, I'm still trying to fuck with it. But move over, man. And you just did that shit in like 2 seconds. And next thing I know, we got a hit fucking record. I'm like, what the flying? That shit. Tell you the truth, that's my favorite. Like my favorite, if anyone asks me my favorite song, conglomerate wise, or either anything I've been on, Praise the Globe is like top 3 for me, man. And but once again, that just goes to show like your dynamicsy, man. Like you're just so dynamic with it. And those are the points that even though I know I branched off into my production and stuff, but those are the points where I always say I like to just stick in my lane. I'm the artist, I'm the rapper, I'm the MC. Let me just worry about my pen and my pad, and I'll leave that shit to Publik. Like a lot of times I'm like, yo, P, just you got the track, man. You know what I'm saying? So you always been that dynamic, man. But yeah, Praise the Globe. Now, what would be your favorite? Well, you said that, but what's your favorite? Well, you rhymed on those too. You know what I'm saying? So I know you love Black Boy. Now, Black Boy, I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't feeling Black Boy. I wasn't feeling that shit. You actually had to talk me into that shit. Cause I was like, Black Boy, cause the beat was like, and you was like, yo, watch, when I do this beat, it's gonna be crazy. And I'm like, when you told me, see, the thing was, you told me what you was gonna do with that. And I was like, yeah, I can't see that. I can't see no one possibly doing that. That's humanly impossible. All right, you could do that shit? Yeah, all right, nigga. I'm around on it. And you actually went and you did it. And you actually, and this is to the test of your talent. You were like one of the only people I know. You actually, and I seen it, y'all. I seen it with my own two eyes. This brother made a beat literally out of nothing. Out of nothing. He took a damn a verbal word and made a beat out of it. And from that beat, he made a song. And at first, I wasn't feeling it. I'm like, wait a minute. And then when that shit started bopping, I'm like, yo, that nigga
yeah, black boy,
yeah,
black boy.
black boy. I'm like, yo. And
turn that shit
down. And the whole thing is, and I was listening to that shit the other day too. And I was like, yo, this shit is just crazy. And now when I listen to like a lot of the stuff from, like a lot of stuff that we've done, I'm listening to it more from a fan standpoint versus the artistic standpoint. So I guess, I can appreciate it more because I'm listening from a fan. And I'm like, yo, Black Boy, now you say that's one of your favorites. I'm like, yo, now it's like, yo, I see the production on that. That production is crazy. And also me seeing that shit come from nowhere. Like, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, facts. Now, I would love to get Master Ace actually on the original. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Master Ace on that shit. Be like, yo, because I ran across people that run into him. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's one of the songs I definitely would love for him to feature on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Black and once again, that was your direction because, like I said, you come with the concepts, and I'm seeing you, even what you're doing with Ces Cru, even though you're all vibed off of that, and you branched off, and you made a whole empire off of that concept, and you still provide the concept. Because even with F.E.D.S magazine, with the showcases you was doing, you still was like, nah, I want y'all I want consistency. I want substance in my shows. So your showcases was standing out from everyone else's because you wasn't just money grabbing.
Yeah. At one time, I was actually charging niggas only $10 to get on stage and try to, get a write up his F.E.D.S. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know the despair. A lot of people ain't making no money. Everybody out here struggling, you dig? But, it's not so much you can help people, but you understand at one time, it was only $10 for that write up, you dig? Like, and I actually had 2 successful write ups in the magazine. You know what I'm saying? If you look on my Instagram, I'm about to repost them shit, you know what I mean? Just in case niggas forgot what I've been doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just, you know what I'm saying? That's the shit I did under the rug, you know what I mean? And just to help the independent community, because there's so much bullshit going on in the independent community, man. It's just like niggas gotta gain focus somehow, you know what I mean?
Definitely. And we're coming up on an hour. It's been an hour already, so I'm not gonna hold you too much longer. I know you got a whole lot of shit.
Oh, yeah, we gonna tune in. Yeah, this shit is gonna be on a regular. You know what I mean? So once a week or whatever on this joint now, definitely supporting my brother, you dig?
Yo, definitely. But like the substance and that's kind of crazy because now, how much do you think the success that you have comes from you having the background as an artist? Not as a DJ, but just because you walk those shoes actually as an artist.
Oh, no, that success is coming as an artist is going to come, you know what I mean? Because I'm about to actually make my imprint on this soil all over the United States with the mic, you know what I'm saying? That's coming, but me personally, I just always been a stand-up dude, you know what I'm saying? That's what niggas know me for, always get the job done, never on some slack shit, never on some argumentative shit or whatever the case may be. When a project is going down, somebody get antsy or whatever, I'm always able to calm a nigga down, let them know, chill. It's not even about that. I'm about getting this work done, point blank. But that's all I've always been about. But it's always just me being a stand-up dude has made me successful. And you know what I'm saying, going from F.E.D.S to doing my own shit. You know what I'm saying, even in corporate America. You know what I'm saying. So that's whatever. ever been with me, bro.
Yo, definitely, because like I said, and I say it all the time, and you know, I be rocking with Blue and Hop and Jay, and I be telling them because you know, even with the stuff I do, you know, we doing with Barzinc, we got a whole project coming out with them. Big ups to my Barzinc family, but I always say when Publik hits me, or if I hit Publik and say, "Yo, I want you on this track," or you like, "Yo, I want you to do this song or do this," for some reason it brings a whole different energy out of me. As far as the pen, that pen just comes up like it's a whole different energy, and I guess I mean, and it's on a whole nother vibe. And I can't even explain it. And I don't want to, I don't want to say you bring the you like Public brings the best out of me because that's I don't want to down talk whoever I work with, while I'm like Barz Inc. or whatever. But you do bring the best out of my pen. Whenever I know I gotta do something with the conglomerate, we do a conglomerate project. That my pen is different, and I think that's why I always compared us to EPMD, and I also heard a lot of comparisons with us to EPMD because when we branched off to do our own separate things, it's like, yo, we make hot projects, hot movements. But every time we came together, it was like, oh shit, them niggas got some shit together. And we got to go check it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what, P? I'm gonna let you go. We're coming up on an hour. I don't want to keep you. I don't want to keep you because I could sit here and talk to you all day, man.
Yeah, facts. You already know we gonna loop in. We looped in, bro. I'm active out here, nigga. I'm trying to get this message out. So we looped in for life. You already know, bro. Just call me anytime you want to. You know what I'm saying? Quick drop. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it is what it is. You know what I mean? Because the movement is there. The conglomerate shit is rebirth. The Ces Cru shit is about to be on the East Coast. And everybody, if you want to write up in the mag, you know what I'm saying, you want to be on New York shelves, newsstands, and shit like that, hit me up if you want to add placement in F.E.D.S. And that's what it is.
Yo, definitely, man. We got that F.E.D.S magazine ad placement. Definitely hit my man Publik up, and what can they hit you up at?
Oh, I'm giving out my number, 646-3474.
Give that number out again.
Like, that's the direct. If you about your business, hit me up. If you're not, please do not call me. If you ain't got bread, because, you know what I mean, it is what it is. The tax returns is coming up at the end of the year. If you got to wait for that, wait for that.
Yo, definitely. Give the number out again, man.
One more time, 646-420-3474.
Yo, that's what it is, man. Yo, P, man, I really appreciate you chopping it up, man, on the Bar Zone live stream. I really.
Hell yeah, 100. You know what I mean? You better be at that show on the 19th, nigga.
Yeah, I'll be there, man. It's in Philly, right?
Yeah, it's in Philly. It's in your alley.
No doubt. And wow. Publik, y'all. Once again, Publik, OLG, gangsters don't bump gums. You know what I'm saying?
They don't kill on their block. They don't say they selling all this, that, and the third. They get caught by the cops.
They get caught by the cops. That's cop music. You know what I'm saying? That's that cop music. The hip hop police. Stop it, y'all. Stop it. But yo, I definitely.
All right, bro.
Yo, Bird, peace, man. I want to thank you for coming through. Once again, y'all, this is the Bar Zone with your boy I King. We bringing it to you. I'm bringing the streets to you. That's what I do in the truth and the message. And the message is in hip hop. Conglomerate. I had to say it, man. I had to say it. So look out for all those projects, man. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to the Ces Cru, F.E.D.S magazine. And we out of here. And I'm gonna say, and I see y'all on the rebound. You never know who I'm gonna have up on here. So always check in, like, and subscribe. Thank you.